Aaron, Gerrit, incredibly efficient this evening. Just what stood out to you about the way he was throwing all night long?
I mean, that efficient. I thought he added and subtracted even with the fastball when he needed to. I thought him and Wells did a great job of reading swings, pulled out a couple big change-ups even at the biggest moment. I thought his slider was really good tonight, but just an outstanding performance. 9 innings to be that pitch efficient. Just proud of him, and obviously put us in position to win a game that we're struggling to get much offense going for most of it. He kept us right there.
He had talked about some solid defensive plays behind him, and also the communication with Wells. Just how is that something you see, the way those two communicate together, that's led to his success?
Yeah, I thought they were excellent tonight, because I think a lot of what they did, I think they made some good adjustments in game, reading swings. That Butler at bat, pulling out 2 changeups after, he had an aggressive hack on the 4-seam up, I thought was outstanding. Glaber makes a sparkler. Riz with some more picks over there at first. Volpe was awesome up the middle. They ran down some fly balls. Just a really solid effort, from the run prevention side of things.
Any hesitation to go to Soto there in that 10th inning?
A little bit. Once we got to first and third, I wasn't going to do it if it was man on second and just, a walk where they probably just walk him there. But once we got to first and third, no, I was, he kind of came by me late in the game and, felt like he was an option. I talked to Six, who warmed him up there and said he's an option. So once we got to first and third, I was going to take my shot right there.
What about what Volpe did tonight? He's been in a bit of a slump. How big is that?
Yeah, it was really good. He had to hit the other way. The last game of Seattle, smoked that ball in the 3-4 hole, and then some really good at-bats tonight and outstanding defense. Just an all-around excellent game for Anthony. That's, when he's producing at the bottom of the order like that with what he brings in the field, that's a real plus for us.
Aaron,
if he stays tied, would you consider let Cole go back out for the 10th?
No, I was there with it. I felt like nine was good. What do you 99? You said? Yeah. No, that was it. I was taking it. He said he could have gone back out, but once he got through 9 there, I was going to the pen regardless.
What was going through your head? What did Soto do during the game to make himself an option there?
I think he just did kind of his pregame flips and tee work and kind of how he gets ready to go offensively. Obviously much of the day was just spent doing treatment and, getting swelling out of there and things like that. So, Juan came to me early in the game and said, if we need a hit, big spot late, I'm good. And, once the lefty came in the game, I'm like, well, it's Juan Soto though. And once we got to first and third with the no outs, and I know they got to kind of pitch to him there, I felt like it was the time.
What's going through your head as he hits that double? I mean, he's done so many impressive things this year, but to come off the bench, sore knee.
Yeah, well, my first thought was get away from Brown, because it was kind of slicing away from him. At first, I wasn't sure it was an automatic double, and then I'm like, ooh, that's getting away. And then I picked him up. I actually thought he moved pretty well. I haven't seen the replay of it. I actually thought he moved pretty well. I knew I was going to run for him. So that was encouraging. Hopefully, we'll see what we have tomorrow. But what a big time at bat.
Did you like the instinct, from Dominguez there at third on the wild pitch?
Yeah, I mean, that's where everyone gets involved, and you start waving them in. Yeah, I was pleased with that.
And then with Volpe, the results obviously offensively were different, but did anything look different to you with him in the batter's box?
Yes. I mean, I'm not going to get in the weeds from my vantage point. I watch him every day from the side and what I see, but I thought he was much better. Better takes, getting into stronger positions essentially, and got some results because of it.
You talk about Wells. Is he good at behind the plate even on nights where he doesn't hit? Sometimes young catchers aren't always like that.
You better be. You want to be a catcher in this league. You want to be a winning catcher, a championship caliber catcher. You job one's behind that plate. So, yeah, he's got all that. He's ready for that, and he's handled all that.